Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dustin Gomez here with the MAD GXP, the Aussie Beast. Today is a special day and a sad day. Sad day because it's beautiful, but I can't drive the vehicle right now. The supercharger pulley belts right here, the Gates belts, got kind of torn up. So it's squealing real bad, so I got a replacement coming for that. But because I have to wait probably 2 weeks for that belt to come, it's a good time to start this rear subframe drop, new bushing, trailing arms, upper control arms, the whole install, the whole shebang. I have the stage 2 kit from G8 only, rear suspension kit, which includes some bushing inserts and other things. And then I went ahead and added on the upper control arm bushings and some rear or underneath subframe connectors. I also added to that kit the front sway bar, but as you can see, I already have that installed on the vehicle. The vehicle's down. It looks great, drives great, good handling up there. So we're gonna get this garage cleaned up. It's a little messy. I got kids, you know, and everything. And what we're gonna end up doing is moving that fridge over, the beams in the way. So I need this area to kind of have the rear of the car in so I can back that differential subframe out. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these wheel dollies here. We're gonna put one under each wheel and we're gonna spin the car. So let's go ahead and get that started and see you in a bit.
Yo, new year, new money, but it's the same old me. Need the yard that don't come cheap before I get 8 gold teeth. They wanna play with sticks and...
All right, guys, so 10 minutes later, we got the garage pretty much organized to get ready to move this car sideways so I can have more room in the back to do the subframe install. It's still winter here in Missouri, so it's gonna get really cold. So I want the garage doors closed, and because this beam is here, I need to be able to have some room, and this about 8x8 square is gonna be where I'm gonna be able to move that rear subframe completely out from under the car. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna get this thing moved over and slid on here.
I just get on the stage and sing. Better be ready for stress that all of that paper bring. ADHD, I can't wait for shit. Do my own thing, I hate the script. My man looks like a clone of my man, really he ain't got drip. If I pull up, I'm trying to get paid. 10 toes down, I want set pays. Hop in the booth, the beat get laced. I make it look easy, mate.
Alrighty, so we have the G8 up on the wheel dollies. You can see here how they are positioned. If I go ahead and show you, you can see that all 4 sides off the ground. These wheel dollies are great. Let's go ahead and get this car turned in the garage so that the rear end is facing that way towards that fridge.
Bill it, in it. Hope you're ready if you're with it. Billing, but I ain't finished.
Got it moved. I switched to my phone camera here, but it was really easy to get this moved. Those wheel dollies work great. I like where it is. I have plenty of room to work here with all the garage doors closed. It is wintertime here. So between the wall and this post here, I think I have plenty of room to drop that subframe and pull it out. Use this area here to go ahead and clean it up, do the installs, get everything lubed up, cleaned up, maybe even do some painting if there's some areas, restoration work, and then get it back up in the car and then turn it back where it belongs. So let's go ahead and get started on that subframe.
In it, you're tripping. This kid ain't got no limit. Billing, but I ain't finished. Kept my head down, I'm still it. Do it for me, you do it for them. Don't need saving, but you want spent. Ain't joking, nah, I'm being gen. I think you got too many friends. What's done in the dark will come.
All right, guys, the first step is after you remove your diffuser, we got to drop the exhaust. One thing I would recommend when trying to get the exhaust off is one of these tools right here. This is for exhaust hangers. All you need to do is put, I'm gonna do this with one hand, but you just put that here. You put that metal piece in front of the bar. Okay, and let's see if I can do it with one hand. And when you squeeze it, it pushes that rubber right off. Okay, so now it's completely off. And that helps a lot when you're trying to get these jobs done. All right, so now you got your exhaust off. I found the best way to do this is just to unscrew the rubber hangers here. Go ahead and use that tool to get those clips off. And then go ahead and undo the ring. It looks very similar to this on your exhaust and get it off. I do have an aftermarket exhaust, but it should be somewhat similar in your setup. Underneath, it should look like this with the exhaust off. All right, guys, for this next step, you're gonna need to remove your caliper. I have a love-hate relationship with bleeding my brakes and everything. So what I'm gonna end up doing is just taking off this caliper here with the 2 main bolts in the back. A 3/4 wrench will do you just fine on that. And then I'm actually gonna set the caliper on this wooden block so that the lines aren't strained and it can just rest here.
Don't worry about me, I'm walking dead, but I ain't going out like Glenn. addictive personality, so she come round again. I don't sound like them, I see man on stage and the crowd was dead. I stay out of the way and not in my head.
Also, don't forget to take off your brake line here. You're gonna go ahead and give that a nice twist and lift this up and out, just like this. The caliper is off. Brake lines are loose, no stress. Time to work on the flange here between the drive shaft and the rear differential. It's going to be 3 bolts. The Allen key size is going to be 3/8. And I will say before you do this, you want to go ahead and grab a Sharpie, like a chalk Sharpie, and go ahead and mark where the flanges meet, so that when we reassemble this, you can put the right flange in the right position where it was already balanced and working well prior. Go ahead and do that before you disassemble that, so you know you can keep everything aligned. So it's going to be 3/8 Allen key, like I said, that fits perfectly here in this connection. I will say that some of these are very rusted on, they're corroded. So you can get a torch here and you can warm the back side of this bolt right here. That's going to help loosen anything up and help you get this out. Now, if you need any extra leverage, because this is very short, I recommend getting a wrench. A long one, go ahead and get it in there, just as so. And you can use that as leverage to go ahead and push down on to loosen that bolt. Okay, I've already done 2 out of 3, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that last one out of there. But I also do want to mention that we're disconnecting this because we're going to drop the differential with the subframe. But also, as I mentioned earlier, you have a parking brake cable that is located right here that needs to get disconnected. So we're actually going to disconnect that from the back side of the drive shaft. You can see that hidden right back there, if I can get it to focus. So on each side, there's one there, and then there's another one on the other side right there. So we're going to have to drop this drive shaft just a little bit, and that'll help us get in there to disconnect that. So when we remove the rear subframe, those will go ahead and slide out. And once you have all 3 bolts off, you're gonna go ahead and pull back on your drive shaft. That's going to separate this here, and it's going to disconnect it. I actually have my jack right here that's supporting my exhaust just to hold this up as I'm doing the solo, and I need to make sure I have all the help that I can get. All right, guys, next thing you want to do is move this heat shield from around your drive shaft so you can ensure you can access the brake lines. So that's just going to be a 10mm socket here to get these 4 bolts off. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
But I need 100 times that number so I can put it away to bill it. Let man cook, no skillet. Bill it, lick it, rolled it up and I lit it. Bill it, in it. Pop, you ready if you're with it.
All right, guys, when you're all done, you can see that I just simply pulled this brake line cable through here, undid a clip here, and then there's another clip here that just pushes out right here. All right, now underneath the car, on the passenger side towards the front of the subframe, there is this gray connector that controls your electronics. We're gonna have to disconnect this here. And for the back side of these strut towers, you may need to use a wrench to break them before you go ahead and get your power tools here, and this will make it a lot easier to go ahead and get this off with an extension and a deep socket. There you go.
But I ain't finished. 10 years on, I'll be still here, yeah. Bill it from the ground up, man.
All right, next you're gonna get the jack underneath the differential. Make sure you use a wooden block so you don't do metal to metal damage or anything. All right, so you're gonna have 4 of these 21mm bolts. So here I have a Milwaukee Impact mid-torque with a impact socket. 21mm is the size that you need. I do have heat here to assist in breaking anything loose. So you want to apply the heat directly to the bulkhead and get it warmed up. I did actually soak the bolts in PB Blaster overnight to try to loosen anything to see if it would help. So let's go ahead and get these removed.
In a minute, in it, you're tripping. This kid ain't got no limit. Billing, but I ain't finished. I kept my head down, I'm still it.
All All right, guys, so we've removed the diffuser, removed the exhaust. We've disconnected the flange between the differential and the drive shaft. We've disconnected the shock towers with those 4 bolts. We've disconnected the calipers from the rotors and supported them with those wooden blocks. And we've also gotten the emergency cable disconnected by removing that heat shield and disconnecting it. I do want to mention that before we do drop the rear subframe, make sure that as you're dropping it inch by inch, that you go around and you just double check that everything is disconnected. You don't want to lower it all the way and something starts pulling on the car. So lower it a couple inches, go on and check everything, lower it, watch it, make sure you're being safe about it. All right, guys, and just like that, now we have the rear subframe out of the G8. I hope the video helped you. So now I can continue my project and I can go ahead and swap all these OEM parts for aftermarket stronger parts. So hopefully get better drivability out of the 1,000 horsepower G8 here. To get it all put back together, once you swap your parts and clean up the subframe and everything, just go ahead and get it back into the car the same way you took it out, step by step, just in reverse. Again, hope the video helped you. Please like, comment, subscribe. Go to the Facebook page, MAD GXP, give it a follow. Hope to get more car content out to you guys. Thanks again. See you next time.